David Hockney is a British-born artist from a place called Yorkshire in the United Kingdom, northern Britain. He moved to Los Angeles in, I believe, the 60s and made it part of his life. He was incredibly dedicated to the city, still is incredibly dedicated to the city. A lot of his work is based on some of the environs of Los Angeles, the high desert. He was obsessed with the high desert, and that is reflected in his work. He also liked to paint things. He's got an iconic swimming pool which has designs painted within it, which has been copied many times, and was always very interested in the performing arts and classical music and opera, which is why we know him at LA Opera. He's done 2 productions for us, Tristan und Isolde and Die Frau und der Schatten, and the production we're currently mounting, Turandot, he created for the Lyric Opera of Chicago and San Francisco Opera. His use of perspective is second to none. I mean, of course, as a fine artist, bringing that eye and that way of putting perspective, in this case on the stage, is different to how a theatrical stage designer might design something, and that reads when you see any of David's shows. When we put operas together, there's a focal person in the opera. It might be the soprano, it might be the director, but in this case, it's for sure the designer. Well, I mean, I think as soon as the curtain goes out, you are assaulted with a Hockney vision. There's no question about what you're looking at. And it creates a wonderful artistic world that captures Turandot immediately, and you can look at it all evening and the colors change, and it's like looking at a piece of his work and yet interactionally works with the mechanics of what's needed for an opera presentation. We are putting together a display of some of David's work, which will be in the lobby of the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion for the run of Turandot, and I would absolutely recommend that people go take a look at it. It's fascinating. We have pictures of the model that he created, and then next to it a picture of what the actual imagery, the actual show came out, and that's always fascinating to see that. So I would recommend that for sure.